How's it going, guys? It's Torment, and we're going to be watching the marathon insights to the runner shells and seeing what it's going to look like. You can tell already that it looks so much better than
runner shells is what we're calling the bioprinted bodies that you.
It already looks so much better than the alpha did. The lighting, the reflections, and everything, the environment as a whole just looks infinitely more stylized now.
You, the runner, inhabit when you go down to Tau Ceti. Each of our launch shells is really an archetype of gameplay.
So abilities, passives, stat packages.
So I've already been interested. I've been watching obviously quite a bit. I fully expect myself to be using Glitch a lot, or I believe she's called Vandal now.
An archetype of gameplay.
As well as
when you go down to Tau Ceti. Each of our launch shells is really an archetype of
the Thief augment right here as well. The two of them I think are definitely going to be the main ones that I'm taking a hold of.
Gameplay.
So abilities, passives, stat packages married to a very distinct silhouette that then players can look at, 50, 60 meters away and say, oh, I know.
I'm really bummed out about this part. It was a hero shooter, and in many ways it still is, but they're trying to get away from that title because people are complaining for some reason. That's why I said I'm pretty sure her name is Vandal now. It's actually Glitch. I will always call her Glitch, although I may have to actually call her Vandal as much as I don't want to because people may not know what Glitch is once this comes out. And that's kind of irritating. But it's because in the original trailer, all the cinematics, they had their own personality, and now these runner shells are nothing more than just they're a robotic shell. It's not an actual person anymore.
I know what that is. I know what that player is capable of, and I can start to think about how to counteract it.
One of the things we really want to do from the build crafting side is making sure that we're providing people ingredients instead of giving them a recipe. Figuring out what you want for your build that is.
So I
instead of giving
talk
them a
about
recipe,
that real quick. This is very similar to the Tarkov loadout screen. I really like this. This is honestly our first set of proof that this game has the potential to actually be a Tarkov style game.
Figuring out what you want for your build that is unique, and you do that across cores, you do that across implants, you do that across weapon mods. Cores are powerful standalone perks that can be used in combination with each other to shift the game.
Requires Vandal. So this is a core that's based off of Vandal. Blast off knockback no longer deals self-damage, instead propelling you backwards. Okay, so that's based off of our little arm cannon.
Play style of your runner kit. We also want to make sure,
as someone who's really excited for Vandal, that is going to make for so many interesting verticality jumps that may not otherwise be optional. Considering the fact that Vandal is the only character with a double jump, I'm really interested to see what that can actually lead to.
there are interesting combinations of things that work together that go out into the other systems, so you can create this like crazy Rube Goldberg machine.
That's done. Does it do,
depending on your place,
does it do like a lot of damage, or is it just like breaking a shield? God, I hope it's not even a shield broken. I hope it's just like a decent amount. More of a stun than anything.
style, if you're like someone who hangs back and likes to snipe, you're someone who likes close quarters combat and you're going to rush in, you're going to want to cater the items that you're finding differently.
Lotus, they're calling him Destroyer now. Looks really good, honestly. When I saw a tanky character, I thought it was going to be very slow, very boring. You know, if you're a movement player, I didn't think you would be interested. I think they made Destroyer very similar to Vandal in terms of speed and what it's looking like, which could actually convince a lot more players to choose to actually play this character.
The idea there is like, have a broad spectrum that everyone can kind of find a little bit of a home to, and then we're going to build on top of that. Destroyer is aggressive, brutal, wears a modified futuristic version of the Mjolnir armor from the original trilogy.
The shell is designed to get into the fight as fast.
You can call the blasphemy. Isn't the Mjolnir armor also in Halo? Or am I crazy? Like, I know Halo is also originally a Bungie game, but isn't it the same armor set? Let me know in the comments.
fast as possible and stay there. It comes equipped with thrusters on its legs that let it sprint faster, or you can use them for a quick lateral evade.
A riot barricade so that they can generate presence and they can generate like almost like aggro for their team.
Its prime ability is Search and Destroy, which activates shoulder-mounted missile pods that fire heat-seeking missiles.
They have a way to lock down targets over sustained fire, which immobilizes them.
So Reinhardt meets Soldier 76 meets Valkyrie from Apex. Interesting.
And allows your team to follow up.
Our Assassin Shell is built for players that like to play slow and quiet. It's very much a classic, backline infiltrator. It has a dive ability that can be used to negate fall damage from any height.
Their tactical ability is invisibility. You pull this like shroud of invis over yourself. You can sprint during it, you can mantle during it.
This character has a lot of potential to actually be a lot of fun
the more
solo.
visible you're going to become, and if you take any actions, heal, shoot, get shot, you'll reveal yourself for a short duration. Their prime ability sends out this disc. It creates this like plumes of smoke that you can enter into, and then when combined with their passive shroud, they go invisible when they enter smoke. The whole thing here is like be invisible, be sneaky, and then enshroud the world in smoke.
Originally, Recon was called internally Fun Police. That really is the core kind of fantasy. It's about
this character is
hunting
very much
people
just
down, it's about
Bloodhound.
playing
I'm just
detective.
gonna say it.
If you want to find all the assassin shells on the map, Recon is the shell you want to use. It comes with a tracker drone that you can toss out a little spider friend that crawls along the ground and will track towards enemies and explode. And that explosion overheats the target.
They can't move, they can't sprint, they're taking tick damage, and they like help you lock down a target so you can pursue them. And for their prime, Recon has this really awesome helmet that splits open, and they tap in these cool key codes. It opens up and pulses, and it sends out this like wave that detects both AI and players and marks them for you.
And when you break the shield of somebody as a Recon shell, they leave holographic footprints behind. So even if they
So we gave them Bloodhound's abilities from Apex and then Tracker from Call of Duty. This Fun Police is apt. This shell is going to be very irritating to play against if you do not shut them down quickly.
run away, you can follow that trail and they'll lead right to them.
And then finally awareness, where if you get pinged, it'll actually tell you that someone like sees you. You won't
So Wraith. We added Wraith's passive into this. Interesting.
know where, but you'll be able to be on high alert that somebody saw you and has marked you.
That's my girl. That's the goth dommy mommy herself.
Vandal is our shell that is, just by its very nature, more agile than our other shells. It has microjets that let it do a double jump. It has a power slide that goes much further than our normal sprint slide.
Their prime overloads their movement system so they can commit and chain all those actions together. They're about getting in and out, causing chaos.
The arm cannon for Vandal unfolds, and you find a big-ass gun barrel inside.
So my entire thought process, and I guarantee you, knowing how Bungie is, they'll probably end up thinking the same. Even though this character is meant to be more aggressive, which I am very aggressive, don't get me wrong, I see it as a potential to outplay as opposed to just, ooh, look how fast I can go. Take the verticality that most players can't get to. Use your arm cannon, knock them out of cover. There's fall damage, knock them off of buildings. Or potentially, because you have this speed, you can literally have your team go one way and try to get the off angle and then literally just shove them into your team without any way for them to defend against it.
You can use it to knock people out of cover. You can use it to knock people off of buildings, which is way more fun than knocking them out of cover.
The number of times
That's what I'm getting at. Like, see, these people, they're me. They're me. Nothing is funnier than shoving someone off a building and being like, oh no, your ankles, they're broken. You know, it's just, it's one of the funniest things to me. And I cannot wait to have it happen in game.
we've knocked people off of field maintenance is like, this is a great thing.
I have been interested in this shell since we first saw a glimpse of it in the trailer.
Marathon is a game that is all about finding the best stuff on the map, so we felt like we needed to have a shell that was sort of built for the loot goblin fantasy.
We knew they were called Thief. This is awesome. Now that being said, I have a friend, Reaper, not naming names. If you pick up this shell, I'm kicking your ass. I'm not finna have you looting the map while I'm stuck in a fight. Otherwise, oh yeah, loot.
That is Thief to a T. Thief's trade ability is X-ray visor, where you flip down your visor, you can see containers through walls, you can see enemies that are
That's
within line
actually
of
kind
sight.
of crazy. I like that.
Their prime is pickpocket drone, where they deploy this like elegant origami mechanicalized butterfly.
That's awesome.
It
looking.
has like a mechanical whip that it can send out, and that knocks loot out of both players
the
and
fu-
AI.
okay,
and then it
okay,
can
that's
suck
kinda
loot
sick.
back
I
up
like
with
that.
the same whip, or you can use it for recon. You can fly around. You can ping. Those pings are shared to your squad.
So Crypto
The Thief
meets
shell
Loba.
also has a built-in
Awesome. I
grappling
like that.
device that is embedded right in the forearm. You shoot out a dart. Mid-flight, it
Crypto
unfolds
meets
into
Loba
this
meets
propeller
Pathfinder?
that pulls you along, and
Okay,
you can
actually,
swing away to safety.
She might be better for me than Vandal.
The recharge rate for their grapple and their base handling and stats will go up as you fill the backpack. So the idea is to become a loot goblin, right? Steal as
Sorry
much as you
about that,
can and
if
get
you're-
out.
I'm dealing with allergies right now. The medic.
The triage
elusive
shell
medic we
is
haven't seen
our
much
shell
of.
for support players. If you want to keep your allies kicking so they can kick back, we have triage for you.
They're equipped with these awesome like capacitive gauntlets where you activate them
Like a
and then you
defib
can
in his arms?
overcharge them and send out these tendrils that then like shock you back to life. Their tactical ability, they actually have these giant drones attached to the legs and they pull them out, and it's a little buddy, he's got a little face, and you give him a high
Lifeline.
five and send him on his way. And he'll come
Lifeline.
and hover over your shoulder and provide you
Lifeline.
with shields
Res
and
me
health.
lifeline.
Triage is really a combat medic, so we knew we needed to give it an ability that was useful for firefights.
They've got two traits. The first one is a trait ability called Battery Overcharge, where they overcharge their capacitive gauntlets, which makes their weapons performance better. And if you're using battery weapons specifically, breaking shields will EMP targets, and that becomes an on-ramp to like a whole new layer of build crafting. And then they have
Anyway, hey guys, how's it going? It's Torment. I know we're taking a very quick pause, and we've gotten almost fully all the way through. I just want to say, if you guys are actually still watching at this point, thank you so much. It means a lot. Be sure to leave a like and a subscribe. It does help me a lot. As you've probably noticed by now, my VTuber is very basic. I unfortunately do not have a camera yet, so it is only able to stare dead-eyed at you. But that is one of the things we are working on. Within the next few months, we should have a camera up and running, and we will have a fully functional, fully moving VTuber. I hope you like the way it looks, by the way. I've gone through a few different styles, and I honestly really like the way this one looks. That being said, let's get back to it.
the second trait, Shareware, which is really cool, which is any buddies that have medi drones on them, any consumable you use will get like copied to them. So you kind of almost are this like battle medic that's like constantly
that's
running
actually
triage
sick.
on your team.
All right, Reaper, if you're here, friend, triage, buddy, triage.
You just want to take a breather after a bunch of runs and just kind of go on a run.
I joke.
See
I mean,
what
I
happens.
would really
And
like
Rook is
you
really
on
fun for
triage
that.
or
Picking Rook automatically opts you
recon?
into queuing in solo. You're able to enter into a match in
But triage
progress,
kinda
and
goes
you're
crazy.
given a starting kit. You're not allowed to bring anything in. That's almost to your advantage because you risk nothing, and anything you take out is yours to keep.
Instead of focusing on like progression and questing and things of that sort, it's a mode where we make it easy for you to just kind of drop into a match that's in progress and run about and try to scavenge as much as possible and get out with it so that you can populate your vault a little bit more for future runs.
Rook has a tactical ability that lets it blend in with UESC forces, so you activate it.
Okay, so honestly, I'm already liking what I'm seeing. This is a Marathon's version of the Scav from Tarkov for the free loadout in Arc. I like this. It immediately looks better than the free loadout in Arc Raiders, and I'm hoping that pistol is all you get. If that's the case, it's a great loadout, even if it's like unlimited. I do like that it's got an ability to make it easier to deal with UESC because I know those assholes are rough, and I think that could make for some really interesting gameplay of faking them into believing you're one of them, and then possibly taking on a team with them.
A little mask appears over your face, and you are not perceived by the UESC as hostile. This lets you kind of get in, grab a little bit of loot, and then bail.
One of the things that I've really enjoyed about Rook is the added tension. Midway through a session, even though you've known like a few crews got taken out, or maybe you've taken out crews yourself, you don't know how many new players get injected through Rook.
Ultimately, Rook is a morality test, so you have a couple of options when you see a Rook. Either you're a decent person and you drop them a piece of loot and let them be on their merry way, or you are a monster and you blast them in the face. And I'm not.
Leave your opinion down below. Here's mine. Rook, if I see you in game, it's on site, buddy. It's on site. I don't care you came in with nothing. It's on site.
I'm going to say which one I am. I blast a lot of Rooks.
We still don't have a release date, unfortunately, yet, but death is the first step. I do like that, but nothing is a better response than Escape Will Make Me God. That being said, guys, oh my god, I cannot wait for Marathon in just a very few short weeks. It's literally about a month and a half away. I cannot wait to see you guys. I cannot wait to see Marathon. We'll see you guys when it comes out. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Reap if you do end up getting Marathon after all. Triage, buddy. Triage. Triage. Or maybe Recon. Either way, I think it's going to be great because I know for a fact that Angel and I will probably be running. I will probably be on Thief and Vandal for sure. And I think Angel is looking at Locust. I've got a couple of other homies that are definitely hopping on potentially. And they were looking, one of them was looking at Locust as well. I definitely think this game's going to be great. I cannot wait. The last playtest hit about 80k concurrent and they were begging for another day to play. I'm going to be on this every day. I cannot wait, guys. All the content, everything's coming very soon. We'll see you then.